For most of our world's history, there were 7 races. The forest-dwelling elves, the mountainous dwarves, the mischievous fae, the swamp-residing, jolly yet violent orcs, the wise and tinkering gnomes, the sly, greedy, sea-dwelling Nagyk, and the corrupt, isolated demons. For a long while, this had been the way of the world. But then they came with a bang. They are people arriving in a ship of metal that fell from a hole punched into the sky. Humans. They closely resemble an elf in body shape and stature. Their forms somewhat sleek, but their ears are not pointed like elves, and they live far shorter lives. They craft more like dwarves, working with metal instead of the trees like elves, but unlike dwarven kind, who reside and make their cities in mountains, humans usually make their abodes out in the open plains near the woods. Their culture could be mistaken for a phase, celebrating the smallest victories with unusual and varied customs, but they lack the constant whimsy and joy on a fae's face. Their aggression is not too dissimilar to orcs, having a sense of brutality that sickens many, yet many of their kind do not enjoy fighting like the orcs. If anything, many detest violence. Their ingenuity is close to a gnome's, but they lack the lifespan needed to gather the knowledge that gnomes have. Their materialism is comparable to that of the serpentine Nagyks, but at least a Nagyk will be upfront with their greed. Humans will hide their avarice as they slowly and subtly hoard their wealth from those around them. Even their corrupt nature has sometimes mixed them with demons, but while every demon only practices one sin and still have their good sides, humans are equally capable of all forms of evil. But most notably of all, they lack the magic that every other race has. Elves can control nature itself, having plants bow to them and scouring foes with the wrath of nature. Dwarves hold might over the earth, able to bend metal and stone like water. Orcs bring with them fire, burning with the might of the stars. Gnomes can command the storms and air above. Nagyk hold dominion over the sea, parting the waves and bringing the frost of death. Demons raise the dead, commanding hordes of the living dead. Humans do not have any magic to speak of. Their original world had none to speak of. Their people struggle to even survive at first. Regrettably, some individuals of the other races refuse to treat them as equals. Some orc tribes attacked and ate them like cattle. Elves attacked them if they tried to even cut a single tree. Fairy laws took some of them in as unwilling consorts. Nagyk would enslave them to work in mines. The worst of the gnomes would experiment on them, and demons would just kill them because. That was, until an event known as the Reckoning. The Scourge were eldritch beings from the stars, seeking to conquer and devour our world. Our magics were not enough. They could create counters for each and every race. Except the humans. We did not deserve their protection. Our races had treated them no better than the Scourge, yet they stood against them all the same. And that was when they revealed their magic. Their world had no magic, no way for them to bend the world. Instead, they had made their own. They brought the knowledge of a physical world, of a world governed by ideas and physics. The elves, with their endless eyesight, were able to take down the Scourge with humanity's mighty rifles, the metal pellets striking true, and with more force than any arrow. They bent the metal and earth of the dwarves into designs of war machines and devices that would make gnomes shed a tear at the beauty. They charged into battle with orcs, organizing and rallying with their tactical knowledge developed from a world where steel was their spells. They planned subterfuge and sabotages with the Fae and Nagyk, willing to dirty their hands in this game of life and death. They lined up wave after wave of undead, using chemicals and cool explosives that played an ensemble to the demons' necrotic symphony. The Scourge never stood a chance.